One more time, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your location. This today we'll be focusing on recruitment and selection. Then, as we said earlier, recruitment selection. So, please, I need you to pay attention to this because that's one thing that I've messed up organizations when it comes to recruitment. If for every wrong recruitment, it affects the entire system. As good as that. And go and check. Most employers have made that mistake. And the person also talking to you have made that mistake as well. So recruitment is very, very key. Selection is key, and evaluating staff. These are very, very key, important parts of business. So either you are an employee or your employer, this is very, very important for you. Also important for all of us. And how do I mean? You can't employ people that will not suit your vision of the organization. Then you also will not go to a place where does not suit your own vision. So either way, we discussed this already. So you need to be, you need to know why you are being employed, and the company should know why they're also employing you. I also put it this way. Um, I know that this post always online say at the age of 35, you should have known this, you have known that. I also want to put it this way: at the age of 18, or let's say 20, you should have known your purpose. Yes, you should have had a direction, know where you're going to. And I also want to remind parents that are here, please help your children to understand their purpose. I didn't say the one you force on them. Help them to understand their purpose, what they are meant to be, how they are wired, the problems they are meant to solve. So that will guide them in selection of courses, in selection of employment. It's not everywhere you will work. No, not everywhere. You work in the places where you have the expression of your natural habitat will be high. Work in a place where who you are will be truly welcomed and expressed and have a good path or career path in it. So, having established this, I know there's so much around it, but it's something that most of us know. But this is your first time of getting to hear this. Good, please. If I was guided, as a younger person, I would have been doing more by now. That's simple truth. But in all, I say give thanks to God, that I didn't miss out completely. However, let's make that correction. Yes, let's make that correction. So, placing the right person in the right job is vital for the success of the organization. Very, very key. Very, very vital. Now, this is a process of recruitment and the selection. Technology is changing traditional hiring paths. We can say less of that. It's seriously changing the traditional hiring path. Now, how does this thing work vis-a-vis global and regional understanding? And human resources and line managers usually work together to organize the process of recruitment and the selection. Now, recruitment starts with the company identifying a vacancy, then the need for someone to do a job, and they're pulling together information about the exact nature of the role and the skills, abilities, and experience required to do it. Yes, very, very key. The HR sits down and from the entire department. Remember, I told us days are gone when HR is on its own, or account is on its own, that's finance is on its own, production they are on their own, marketing on their own, sales on their own. No, no, no. This time everybody works together. Everybody works together. Yes, that simply means that if your team, if your business, if your organization is not, if they cannot think on their feet, if they cannot execute on their feet, if they cannot dominate on their feet, you're simply running a bleeding organization, and that organization will bleed to death. It's as simple as that. Not because competitors are fighting against you. No, because the speed of development will overtake you. I will repeat again. If your organization does not have a team, you and your people does not have a team that can think on their feet, execute on their feet, and dominate on their feet, you're not built for the future. It's as simple as that. It simply means you're bleeding to death. And what's going to take you off is not competition. No, competition will not even come close. What will take you off is the speed of development, the speed at which things are moving, at which evolutions are taking place. That will just knock you off naturally. So that's a simple reality. So as you're planning your selection, as you're planning your replacement of staff, as you're planning your employment, and the ones that are already working with you, please, please, as you're putting down the skills required, the ability required, the experience required, one of them is the ability to think on your feet, to execute on your feet, and to dominate on your feet. If you as a business owner, if you don't have it, please start working on it. Now, you as an employee that's already working, if you don't have it, you don't have a job. That's a simple truth. Because if your company continues in this pattern you have, the company will close and automatically you'll be the first person to go. So very, very key. Very, very key. Very, very key. It's a teaching on its own. I wouldn't go deep into that. Now, aspects to consider include the job's purpose, tax required, and the output and the or deliverables, of the job holder. Now, as well as how the role fits into the organization. How the role fits into the organization. Very, 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 very important. Very, very, very important. Vis-a-vis what I've said already. Now, this information forms the basics of a job description and person specification. Yes, when you go to, actually, if you do our HR course, you understand how all these things are done. Yes, is a class or free class on this one. Now, the search can then begin. The company's own website, recruitment agency, social media, networking sites, commercial job boards, and advertisements in the press are traditional ways of attracting the attention of people outside the organization. Today, application forms are typically directly submitted online, triggering automatic response and the sorting of candidates' details. Everything done automatic. That means if your CV is not properly written, even when you are the most qualified, you will be disqualified. So writing of CV, packaging of CV is a different thing altogether. You must learn. Good. Now, boosting your diversity. Yes, boosting your diversity. Yes, you say a diversity and inclusive strategy is an essential part of any HR framework. Please, this is an area of HR that you should also pay attention very well. Diversity and inclusive strategy. Yes, recruiting from a range of backgrounds, regardless of gender, race, culture, and age, and making all staff feel safe and included in the workplace helps firms innovate, connect to more customers, and get the most out of their workforce. Yes, if your system does not accept and accommodate other people, then you don't have a system. That's simple truth. That's simple truth. Ultimately, leading to higher profits. Yes. Casting a wide recruitment net, communicating D&I commitment. Yes. Assessing candidates' competencies over skill set and experiences, removing bias in the selection process, and providing D&I training can all help boost companies' diversity. Yes. Yes, very, very important. Now, clear bias-free written statement of the role. Clear, bias-free written statement of the role, including job title, purpose, duties, responsibilities, scope, and reporting structure, as well as competencies and qualities required. It is used in the recruitment process to provide a clear guide for both applicants and their interviewers. Yes, with this foundation we've laid so far, you will know what you're coming in for, and the company knows what you're asking from you. At this point, you can even you can outsource the recruitment process, and they will give you the right person. Don't just wake up as an employer. Don't wake up and just tell one agency, please, I need an accountant. No, stop doing it. In fact, in recent times, when people call our organization or a Learn to Live consult, please, we need people to work with us. We don't even respond to them. Because over time, we say this. You need to pull down all these things. That's why you're getting the wrong person. You need to pull down every of what I've told you here. Sit down, write them down. Your HR must specify all these things so you can get the right people. Not the one you just sit down. Please, can you give us a marketer? We need a salesperson. You need an engineer. An engineer in what capacity? What's the job? What's the role? What's the job title? What's the purpose? What are the duties, responsibilities? What scope is it covering? What is the reporting line like? What are the competencies we are looking at? What are the qualities we are looking at? We don't know all these things. We don't know them. What are the job descriptions, job specifications, job analysis? Have you done them? These are realities. And you just run and go and copy from what someone wrote somewhere and then paste. It doesn't work. Please, that's your business. Even if it's one staff you have, even if it's just one staff you have, you want to employ, please specify all these things. Very, very important. The person's specification. This summarizes the necessary or desired criteria for candidate selection using inclusive language, inclusive required skills and or competencies for the role, experience, and educational qualification. Very simple. Very simple. Now, going further, internal search. These are the searches that we can use. Now, looking at internal resources first, create opportunities for career development and progress. Yeah, and progression. Yes, improving employee engagement and their retention. Please and please and please. I know most companies they do this. However, a greater number don't do it. In your place, especially for the established ones, give people that are internal an opportunity for them to grow. Please. Don't just because you think you grow, you're big, you have your opportunities, especially those management opportunities. You rush outside and go and hire a fresh hand. Most times, those fresh hands, when they come in, they destabilize the culture of the organization. Most times. But when you pick up somebody inside, number one, you encourage them that there is career paths here. Two, you encourage them to develop themselves more, knowing that at no distant future, those skills, those personal development they've done will be useful in the system. It will be recognized. Very, very important. Personal recommendation. Some companies encourage existing employees to introduce friends as a candidates. That's also beautiful. External search. Say, increasingly, companies and candidates use professional networking sites such as LinkedIn and social media such as Facebook, Twitter. External candidates diversify the workforce, but cost more to attract. Yes, applications. The resume is the most important document. I've told us that your resume comes before you. If your resume is not as sweet as you are, forget it. You may be the most qualified, but they will not select you. Yes, because your resume does not represent who you are. often paired with a cover letter, companies may use as an application form instead. Selection. After HR has drawn up a shortlist and a shortlist using non-discriminatory criteria, candidates may be assessed by interviews, group assessments, and psychometric testing, either online or in person. Then number 6, conduct by appointment. Companies may ask for a reference and or request a medical examination for the choosing candidate. The employment offer is a legally binding contract that sets out the terms and the conditions of the job. Evaluating staff. How do I evaluate staff? Now, these guys are already inside. They are with us. How do we evaluate them? We've brought them in after due process, deliberate effort, and all that. For business to achieve its goal, it needs to have a process that measures the contribution and performance of each individual against those goals. Yes. So bringing a good hand is not enough. Yes, bringing a good hand is not enough. There should be a way to measure. You must have those goals must be measured. That's where the KPIs and all of them comes in. KPIs comes in. Very, very important. Very, very key. Now, the way in which tasks are done is becoming as important as what tasks are done. Yes, the way it's done is becoming more important, and how it's and how what task is done. And organizations recognition organization recognize the importance of creating the right culture to enable workers perform. Yes, yes. If the environment does not give you room to perform, then there's a challenge. For any company, effective evaluation of the performance of employees should be strategic and aimed at ensuring the maximum productivity of individuals, teams, and the organization as a whole. It's as simple as that. I mean, it is straightforward. So you must find a way to make sure that individuals perform optimally, which move to the team performing optimally. And once these two are done, the organization will perform what? Optimally, naturally. So traditional performance or management cycle. Yeah. The performance management is an ongoing, continuous process. Take it from me. It doesn't. You can't have a perfect performance management system. No. So you keep working on it, keep working on it. Many companies use 360-degree feedback. It's also a course we'll do. It's a meeting we'll look into. 360-degree feedback. For those of us, we'll teach it on this platform to collect information about an employee's performance and anonymously from a range of people, including their boss, colleagues, customers, and staff members. Traditional performance and the cycle. Individual goals. Start with individual goals, discussion, coaching, appraisal, then reward. Very, very simple. It's a traditional process. Now, under individual goals, set personal goals to align with business strategy. I've said this a million times. Your personal goal must align. So while coming into the organization, are your personal goals in line with the organizational goal? You will check this before you even come in. Oh, yes, check it before you come in. It's not when you are in, or else you come in today, we'll throw it out tomorrow, and that is not good for you. So your personal goals must align with your business goals. Very, very important. Now, in our discussion, ongoing communication on standards of work and their behavior, to improve working relationships. Very, very key. Now, coaching. This discussion, that where you can ask, okay, for me to get better in my work, to do more in my work, to add more, to improve more, I will need to be trained on this, on that. Then coaching comes in, discussion of performance issue and ways to tackle challenges. So based on those areas you selected, a coaching process comes in. Coaching does a number of things, both on the job training and all, and how to tackle those challenges to make you perform better. Appraisal steps in, a formal feedback from the direct manager with and what opportunity for individual to contribute. Here, after the first and second you have another opportunity again to say other areas that will also help you to do what? Improve. Remember, you said it at the discussion level, but also say it at the appraisal level. Then rewards, individual goals, you know, no, first, set personal goals to align with, individual goals. That one shouldn't be there. Set with personal goals, align with business strategy, promotions, and pay, rise in line with, performance. So these are the things that will help to reward you. How your individual goals align with the business goals, in line with your performance, and pay rise automatically will come in. Very, very key. Very, very key. The individual goals. Under individual goals, yeah, now say set personal goals, yeah, individual goals, yeah, for your reward to come, individual goals, set personal goals to align with business good. So with that, you're good to go. You're good, very, very good to go. Very, very good to go. And your money will be coming in. Yeah, a win-win situation. Evaluating performance is good for both the business and the individual. Now, business, the benefit of business, align individual goals with company goals, offer consistent approach with benchmarks, continuously enable improvement, foster the right behavior, and the individual, win-win, understand what is expected of them, has the skills to deliver on these expectations, is supported to fill any gap in capability, is given feedback, and they're allowed to discuss goals. So unconscious bias, unconscious bias, unconscious bias. I want us to quickly touch on this. Companies should be aware of the role unconscious bias can play in performance appraisals. Now, an appraiser's subconscious prejudice about employees' race, gender, age, class, sexuality, or disability can cause talented individuals to repeatedly be denied promotion or have their attitude questioned. So conduct unconscious bias training to make staff more aware of this issue, and require appraisals, yes, to use objective criteria to identify job competencies and to justify their appraisal scores with evidence. Please, these unconscious bias have really messed up the system. You see where good hands are living because someone was judging them based on their race, their face, their other things that are not in line with criteria mentioned by the office organization. Then need to know balanced scorecard framework to measure performance as against strategic goals devised by uh, Kaplan and Norton, so can do a study on that. Competencies define behaviors, and then attribute that individuals must have to perform effectively at work. Then performance appraisals, you know, process via which individual employee and their managers can discuss performance and their development. Right. We'll stop here. Motivation and reward. That will be our next class next week. By God's grace, we'll discuss that next week. How motivation and reward, affect the individuals, organizations, and the rest of them. So, as tradition, what are your take homes? What are your contributions? Let's take it from here. What are your take homes? What are your contributions? Please, we don't have much time, as fast as we can, so we can flow into other things. Contributions, take homes. Okay, Sir Uche, you started early today, so I also want to hear from you today. You joined us early, so please, I would like to hear from you. Okay, okay, sorry. Okay, Emeka Nwachukwu was first person to go ahead, sir.
Anyway, one of my take home is this this bias, that is unconscious bias,
Unconscious bias.
which I've actually noticed most people working with in the line managers working with me
Mm, mm,
noticing bias mostly because of personalities,
okay.
overwhelming personal attribute personality to the job scope and job to the competencies.
Mm,
And by the time you look at the people that are brought in, you will notice that they don't actually fit the job, but they have outward personality bringing have
mm,
become a bias. And
mm.
as I see people being carried away by it mostly. So I will just look at the appraisers, how unconscious bias have become a problem. Try
Okay.
to reset it in, like you said, training them and training the appraisers on
On the
the what
conscious
I call it
bias.
the
The
on
effects,
the unconscious bias,
yes,
the effect of
the
unconscious
conscious
bias.
bias on the
That's
system.
my
Yes.
takeaway strongly for this one.
Good, good. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you so much. That's a beautiful one. That's a beautiful one. Beautiful one. Wow. All right. Uche, go ahead here. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Um,
Good morning.
one of the Uncle have just said the first thing I wanted to point out
Wow.
about the unconscious bias,
Yeah.
but I want to just because I was making some jot down. So the first thing I jotted down here is that the need for staff should be on purpose.
Mm,
When you want staff, you don't just do it anyhow. We should get staff that align or can align on the purpose of the business, not just getting a random skilled person.
mm,
That's for employers. Then, as an employee, also, we should work in an environment that align with our purposes.
mm.
Because in this our age, because of lack of work, any work that comes on, we are in. That is just we are just come anyone we can do it when
Mm,
it's not really aligned with our purpose. And
mm.
anything that is out of purpose, and we are doing out of purpose, we are already wrong on it, whether we want it or we don't want it.
Yes.
Then a striking sentence that you made that really touched me was when you said that if it is that you know what you knew, even when you were 35,
Yeah.
you will not be where you are
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
So I just thought to myself, I just thought to myself that as a young parent, help your kids to discover purpose
Yeah.
latest 18. Latest
Telling you.
18.
Telling
I
you.
don't know how early it can be, or latest 18. So
Beautiful.
these are my major take points in everything. As an employer, seek out those that align with your purpose in the
Mm.
business. They are the ones that can even scale you better because you alone cannot do it. But
That's
if you
true.
bring those that are not aligning the purpose of the business,
Mm.
their main interest is just money. If you give them money, they are working. Anytime money is not in, they're not with you, and
Yeah.
your business is already sinking
You're
in that
right.
angle. So
But
these
this,
are just
yeah. This
my
remind me
little.
of, yeah, one experience we had. There was a time I had five persons as coordinators, and beyond their salary, yes, we also they have a percentage they also get based on their performance. Do you know, we had a meeting, there was an investment we were about embarking on, and we had a meeting,
Mm,
and in that meeting, we said, okay, for us to, this investment will give us more money in the long run, maybe 2, 3 years, 5 years. Um, let's cut down on our percentages so I can have more money to get this percentage and all that. That was it. Do you know,
mhm,
after that meeting, one of them went behind that was telling others that this thing, this and that when we start down, we looked at it, we see how this thing can benefit us in the long run. If we are making 10,000 today, we can, after this investment, we can making 50,000, 100,000, and thereby increasing what comes to everybody by the end of the time. And one was started poisoning others and others and others and others. So I found that that person came for money, not in line.
mhm.
Yeah, so that I made all these mistakes. Everything I've said here, I made all the mistakes. Everything I've said here, I made all of them. So Knowledge will help
Set of
you. Yeah, knowledge will help you. Thank you so much. 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 I really appreciate. Okay, who else? Who else? Who else? What's your take home? What's your take home? What's your take home? What's your take home? Two more persons, we are done, please. Two more persons, we are done. Tell us your take home. Sir Alex, you're here today. Tell us your take home. Tell us your take home. Alexander Ikechukwu. Tell us your take home.
Good morning, Doc. I think my takeover has been said already by one of our. So the area I wanted to talk about was the area of the unconscious bias. Companies should be aware of the role of unconscious bias. It can bring great harm than good. Prejudice has brought a lot of damage to relationships, to companies, and we should take note of that.
Beautiful. 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 People should not be judged by their race, should not be judged by their gender, and all that. Good, 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 good. That is very good. Okay, Modube, please, can we hear from you? Modube, are you there? Modube? Okay, Madam Ngozi, please go ahead.
Me?
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, you're welcome.
Okay.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning. Yeah, thank you. Somehow my take home has also been touched on, but the dimension I look at it is the individual goal that has to be aligned even before coming in.
Beautiful.
So it's not when you are coming, individual goals, aligning right from the beginning. So that was my take home, and I begin to check myself that, okay, so these individual goals, like Madam said, we need to even start checking with our own children and also where we are to see how we can align it with what we are doing, or check what we are doing and compare with where we are, if they are aligned, and start making amends. Thank you, sir. Thank
Beautiful, you. Beautiful, beautiful. In other words, not every vacancy suits you. Not every place say come to work. You put CV. Not every promotion is meant for you, or not every opportunity is meant for you. There are ones that are not meant for you. There are ones that, so because you aligned yourself, and the day your own will come, nobody can compete with it, because it's specifically built for you. Beautiful. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you so much. That's a beautiful one for me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Okay. Sapopola, let's hear from you, please. Let's hear from you.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Well, yes, what I would say, just also it has been touched on, and I think nearly everybody pick on that bias, unconscious, unintended bias. And at the area I equally want to put at it is that, maybe one, people even tend to, at times will be even tend to justify it, thinking that, because they have seen the system as lopsided, that well, they are doing it in the other place. They are doing it in the right place. So we try to justify this thing.
Yeah.
But on the long run, it's not the best for the organization. Of course, maybe the owner of the company may not do that, but the people that are under them, maybe the people that are saddled with this responsibility of doing the hiring, may justify it to bring people of which they want, which may not really properly align with the system. But the job, and like I say, people may tend to justify it, which is not right. Then the second thing I will quickly touch on still about it is the fact that it gladdens my heart to know that all these things, they have been noted, and research work has been done on them. They are in they are knowledge. It's not like just abstract. They have been done, and there are three, just as you said, that people can go for this training,
Yes.
in order to overcome that bias. And I think that is a credit to set of people who are every day working, to see our organization can be better. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I'm leaving the last place for Madam Obianuju, please. Madam Uju, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Before you contribute, Dr. Ju is a global HR. So write more. Write more. If she doesn't finish today, maybe next other time I'll still bring her up. Welcome, welcome, welcome on board. Go ahead, Dr. Ju.
Thank you, Dr. Kingsley. So excited to be back in Nigeria and also to join this class.
Welcome, welcome.
I've been missing this class, and I'll be punctual because this is really my core field.
Yes. Just have 2 minutes to deal with
something
us.
you mentioned. Yeah, something you mentioned about personal goals. When you go to organization, be able to align the organizational goals and objectives with your personal goals. They must work hand in hand. While you are attending to organizational goals, you will not leave your personal goals away from it. These two must go hand in hand. So this is just my take. Thank you.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. While you are attending to organizational goals, helping the organization to make their billions and trillions in dollars and pounds, don't forget your personal goals. I like that one. I like that one. Let me just give us this. Let me just say this. If your company decide to take you out for one reason or the other, maybe something happened, what will keep you running is your personal goals that you attain while working with the organization. So if in any organization that you don't have the capacity to grow your personal goals, please, no matter how beautiful their organizational goals have been achieved, run away. I learned it from Madam Oju. That's reality. Your personal goals speak so much. So, like you said, you grow your personal goal, you also grow the two of them must grow together. Don't leave one. Most times we usually leave our personal goals or growth process or growth channels we make for ourselves and focus only on the company. No, the two must work together. On this note, we want to say thank you to everyone. Let's meet again next week, Monday, the same time, 5 a.m. Nigeria time. Let's do it again, focusing on motivation and reward, in organizations. Thank you. God bless you. Go and be fruitful. Go and practice this in your organization, and you see massive results. Thank you. See you next week.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Everyone that has come.